You never know when you go out, if tonight's the night you're going to get busted and you're going to spend the rest of the night in the jail cell. The thing about street art that attracts me is, firstly, that there's no editing, there's no editor, so you can put any message you like on the streets. And secondly, the fact that street art is illegal and it's put up without any legitimate authorization, that in itself is a statement. And I thought that kind of subversive nature of it really works into the kind of person I am.
Originally from London, Plastic Jesus is an LA-based street artist. After 20 years working as a photojournalist, he got into street art around 4 years ago.
Melrose is one of the busiest retail streets of LA. You get between 30 and 50,000 people go down there a day, so it's a great spot to get a piece of street art. And it also has kind of become the centre of LA street art as well. And most of the stuff down there is done illegally. I'm not saying the building owners turn a blind eye to it, but it's kind of almost accepted that street art is part of the culture.
Now, I've always admired Banksy and the way in which he conveys a quite often political message or current affairs message within quite a simple street art stenciled image. So really that's where my startup came. This is probably the piece that I'm most famous for, Stop Making Stupid People Famous. Black wall, yellow works pretty well. It's just quite a striking piece, and I can guarantee that in a day or two people will be posing up next to it, taking selfies and tagging themselves and hopefully tagging me in it as well. I think it says a lot to Hollywood as well, this piece. Like, stop f***ing making stupid people famous, you dumbasses. It's been reposted millions of times on social media, and it always gets tagged underneath with various celebrity, reality show stars, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, etc., etc. But the piece actually has a double message. Stop making stupid people famous is really also a criticism of us. We're the consumer. We're watching the TV shows, we're buying the tabloids, we're looking at the websites, we're the people making these people famous, so it's also very critical of us. And that's the way I like pieces to be.
He made international news recently when he built a wall around Donald Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Most of my pieces are current affairs, news, or political commentary. I think having spent 20 years as a photojournalist, a lot of my background there comes into play. I did some no Kardashian parking signs recently leading up to the election. I've done some no Trump parking signs as well. So what I do is I think of a few ideas, maybe jot them down and sketch them, come back to them a few days later, and if there's one outstanding idea that I still think works, I'll go with it. That was the case for certainly the Trump wall that I put out on Hollywood Boulevard. These are Trump $100 bills, and if we look here, we've got crossed assault rifles. We've got the wall between us and Mexico. Trump's signature. The whole message behind my art is really not to tell people what their opinion should be or how they should think. I did another piece called Liberty, which is the Statue of Liberty holding a police riot shield with a riot helmet on. Now that can carry two messages. Are the police protecting our liberty, or are we becoming a police state? Well, I leave that for the viewer to make their own mind up. When my pieces are up, I often go back and just hang out there and take a few selfies just to gauge the reaction. I mean, that's the important thing with what I do. I want to see how the public interact with them and their reaction and their comments.
He conceals his identity, but that's not just to avoid fines or possible imprisonment.
I don't want my persona, me, to become the focus of a piece of art that I do. I want the message in the piece of art to convey its own importance. My brothers both know I'm Plastic Jesus. I think they think it's pretty cool that they've got a brother who does this stuff, which is getting so much attention and slightly subversive and a bit of an unusual job.
Finally, how did he choose his pseudonym?
I first moved to LA about 9 years ago, and whilst just driving around, I saw all these cars with these little plastic Jesus figures sitting on the back dashboard. These little plastic Jesus figures are there to remind these people of their morals, their beliefs and their ethics, and I felt really, by doing street art, that's really what I hope to set out to achieve, to get people to question their beliefs and ethics.